Welcome back, pranksters, and in this video I'm gonna show you guys how to pull off 15 mean and extreme pranks and booby traps on friends and family for whenever you guys get bored and want to have some fun. But of course, before we get started with these, I want to thank you for helping my last video reach 10,000 likes. Well, we went well over 10,000 likes, and as I promised, I will be giving away a brand new Nintendo Switch to one of you guys. Congratulations to AwesomeBoy360 for leaving an awesome comment. You were chosen randomly, and just like these guys right here who won previous giveaways, you will be getting a brand new Nintendo Switch. Now if you guys are up for it again, let's do another giveaway, but this time let's switch it up a little. This next giveaway will be a well-lit hoverboard with wireless speakers that you guys can sync to your phone and listen to music while riding. And to participate in this giveaway, all you have to do is give this video a like and leave a cool comment below telling me which of these pranks you like the most and who you would do it on. Try to stand out as much as possible since the winner will be picked randomly. This giveaway begins once this video gets 10,000 likes, and it's gotta be before June 30th, 2019. So again, to participate in this hoverboard giveaway, all you have to do is leave a like on this video and a cool comment below. I also recommend that you guys subscribe to this channel and have all your notifications turned on. That way you guys can find out sooner whether you won or not. You'll only have 7 days to claim your prize, so it's definitely a good idea to keep your notifications on. Good luck to all that participate. Now let's get started with these pranks. When it comes to doing chores, the easiest one is taking out the trash. So let's make that task a bit more difficult. For example, here I have a trash bin, and the first thing we're gonna do is add some Kool-Aid inside just to give it a little color. Now let's pour some water into the trash bin, and as you guys can see right here, the water instantly turned red as I am using red fruit punch. Add as much water as you want. I myself don't want to be too extreme with this prank, so this will do. Grab a garbage bag, and before you put it on the trash bin, we are gonna stick a piece of tape on it. I'm using duct tape as it is really strong. The other end of the tape we are gonna attach inside the trash bin. So now we're gonna casually place the bag inside the bin, and at this point the prank is set. The water actually adds weight to the bin. Just wait till the bag fills up, and the next person who tries to pull out the bag to throw away the trash, this will happen. It'll be an instant spill, so you just turned the easiest chore into one that will make a big mess. It's definitely a prank no one would love to fall for. Next, let's pull off some phone pranks, and for these I will be using my iPhone, as you can see right here. Here I have an iPhone cardboard cutout that looks like the real iPhone. Well, I'm gonna ask my friend to let me borrow his phone. Once I have access to the phone, I will pop out the phone from the case and insert the cutout. If you look at the back, it looks like there's an iPhone in there. So on top of the cutout, I'm gonna place the actual phone, and the prank is set. When our friend tries to use the main camera function, this will happen. They will get a scare thinking that their phone camera no longer works, but in reality it's just the cardboard blocking off the lens. This prank works best on those friends who just love taking pictures. Our next phone prank will actually give our victims a much bigger scare, as we are gonna make them think that their phone screen is cracked. For this prank, you will need an old screen protector you no longer need. Make sure it's the same size as their phone, and of course you will need access to their phone, so if they left their phone on the counter or table, you can quickly execute this prank. Take the old screen protector and bend it till it cracks, just like this. Yeah, I actually struggled with this one, but I managed to crack it. I'm just that strong. So take the cracked screen protector and place it on their phone. Make sure it aligns perfectly, and that's all there is to this prank. When they grab their phone, they'll be in for a big scare thinking their phone is broken. Their reaction will be priceless, so make sure you have your own phone recording that. Now let's mess with people's food. For example, here I have a container with orange chicken, and I really love this stuff. So I'm sure you guys know someone who loves their fair share of orange chicken too. To pull off this prank, you'll also need some donut holes like these. It's quite simple actually. Take a few donut holes and squeeze them on your hand to shape them so they look a lot more like orange chicken. Just add them to your victim's orange chicken and start mixing the donut holes among the actual chicken. Once they get wet, you will not be able to tell them apart, and neither will your victim. Once he or she gets hungry, they'll want to eat some orange chicken. but in the process they'll be eating some donut holes as well. Definitely not the best taste, hahaha. Here I have a burrito that my friend asked me to pick up for him from the drive-thru. It's actually from Taco Bell, as you guys can tell from the wrapper. Well, we're gonna set this burrito aside and create our own, but make sure you keep the wrapper handy. If you want to set up this prank, you'll also need some tortillas like these. Well, basically all you need is just one. You're also gonna need a long balloon, so fill it up with water. About this size works. Place the balloon on the center of the tortilla. Luckily I had a can of beans, so I'm gonna add some onto the balloon. I myself love putting hot sauce inside my burrito just like this. Let's wrap everything back up and put the burrito on the Taco Bell wrapper to make it look more legit. When you do this, try to make the burrito look as big as possible, so when your victim gets their burrito, he or she will have to cut the burrito in half because it's so big. Now, when they do try to cut it with a knife, this will happen. The knife will actually pop the balloon inside the burrito, and in the process will make a big mess. The worst part is that they won't get to enjoy that burrito. The following prank you guys can do with a cup of instant noodles. This prank is for that lazy roommate that doesn't like cooking and relies on instant food such as cups of noodles or oats. So open up his favorite cup of noodles. Here there's a packet of seasoning which I'm gonna remove. Let's also dump out everything into a different container. Right now they're in a super hardened state, so I'll easily be able to cut the noodles in half with a knife. All we basically need is the top layer of this chunk of noodles. We are gonna take some oatmeal and add some inside the empty cup of noodles. About half the cup should be enough. To cover our tracks, we're gonna put the layer of noodles we cut out on top, and now it looks like a regular cup of noodles. Put the packet of seasoning back in there and seal it up with a stick of glue. The prank is set at this point. When they open it up, they'll casually add some of that flavor onto their noodles along with some hot water. Unknowingly, they will create a nasty mixture of oats and noodles. Hopefully they do this when it's dark and they take a spoonful of this nasty and gross combination. If you're still in school, then you're gonna love these next couple of pranks, as we are gonna be messing with people's pencils. Here I have a mechanical pencil and a box of crayons. Basically what we're gonna do is replace the eraser with a crayon. So guys, pull out the eraser and try to match the color. For example, here I have an orange eraser, so I will need an orange crayon just like this one. All I need is a piece from the flat end of the orange crayon. Should be about the same size as the eraser we removed. I'm shaving off a bit from the edges of the piece of crayon so I'm able to insert it in the mechanical pencil. And we have successfully set up this prank. When our victim uses the pencil and makes a mistake, naturally they'll want to erase it, and this will happen. Instead of correcting their mistake, they'll end up making it worse. And yeah, crayon stains you cannot erase. Definitely makes for a really funny school prank. Another way to mess with somebody's pencil in a much easier way is to simply grab their pencil when they're not looking and remove the eraser. Another key component that you will need is a piece of gum. So you guys can either peel it off from the bottom of your desk or use the one that you might be chewing at the time. Just get a small piece and mold it so it takes the shape of an eraser. It's also best if the colors are similar, of course. You can easily do this prank in under a minute. See guys, they don't look that different at all. Put the pencil back where it goes, and when your friend or classmate tries to use his or her pencil, they will be in for a sticky surprise. Once they find out it's gum, they'll totally be grossed out by this. These next couple of pranks are actually bathroom booby traps. For this one, you will need a toilet brush. For example, I have a brand new one that I just bought at the dollar store, and it also came with a caddy, which is essential for this prank to work. I'm glad it's new too, because I definitely don't want to use one that it's used. Anyway, here's what we're gonna do. Get a paper clip and open it up. We are gonna extend it so we are able to tape it inside the caddy just like this. I use duct tape again because it is the strongest. At this point, it should look a little something like this. Next, we're gonna pour some chocolate baking powder inside and we'll mix it up with a little bit of water so it creates a nasty looking substance. We are not done yet. We're actually gonna spread some peanut butter all over that brush. Let's put the brush inside, and what's left now is for our victims to use it. Whether it's our mom or siblings trying to clean the toilet, the results will be the same. When they pull out the brush, the bristles will get caught on the paper clip, and in the process, spray some of that nasty looking substance on their hand or arm. It's really gross just looking at this. Just imagine getting it sprayed on you guys. Oh, it's gross. Yuck. Totally disgusting, but that's the prank, guys. We're gonna make a huge mess inside the bathroom. You're gonna need a string just like this one. Tape one end of the string onto the top of the toilet lid. Give it about 6 inches of space so you can tape the other end of the string onto the bottom of the toilet seat. So now when they pull down the seat, the lid will come down as well. Here I have a Ziploc bag, and what I'm gonna do is lay it down on the lid and use tape to stick it on. The next step is to fill up the bag with any liquid of our choice, and of course I will be pouring some Kool-Aid inside. Alright, that is perfect. Just lean back the lid and toilet seat. I don't like how this piece of tape is visible actually. It will totally give away this prank, so I will move it behind the toilet seat. Now we can say that this prank is ready to be executed. When someone comes over and pulls down the seat, the lid will also come down with it and will cause the Ziploc bag to spill out all its contents. No one will be able to see this coming until it's too late. For this prank, we're gonna booby trap a can of Febreze. It's gotta be the type with the nozzle that keeps on spraying until the trigger is released, like this one. You're also gonna need a wide rubber band, string, and a little stick. I got this one from a lollipop. It will act as a pin that will set off our Febreze bomb. Let's start off by cutting the rubber band so it becomes long and stretchy. Let's also get a piece of string, about 2 feet long should do the trick. One end of the string we are gonna tie to the lollipop stick. Make sure it's tied on real well. To reinforce it, you might want to wrap a piece of tape around it as well. Next, take the lollipop stick and place it between the trigger and the bottle like so. Then we are gonna wrap the rubber band tightly around the trigger. So as you wrap the rubber band, also squeeze on the trigger. You can secure the rubber band on the bottle by using a piece of tape. At this point, the prank is set. This is what will happen when the string is pulled. The Febreze can will keep on spraying and spraying until somebody cuts off the rubber band or it runs out. So this is where you get creative and you set this up somewhere clever. I'm choosing to tape the Febreze bomb above a busy door, as you can see right here. Now the string I will tape onto the door, so whoever walks through that door will set off this booby trap. It's an annoying prank, especially if you place the Febreze can higher than your victim's reach. It will take them a while to put a stop to it. For this next prank, we are gonna give somebody a little scare. This prank is perfect for the sneaker fanatics that are crazy about their shoes, such as Jordans, which happens to be the type of shoes we will be using for this demonstration. Notice that the inside of the shoe is black. That is perfect because we need the inside to be a dark color. For this prank, you're also gonna need a black bag or a dark piece of plastic like this. First thing we're gonna do with this prank is cut off a piece of bag. A small cutout like this should do the trick. It doesn't have to be a perfect cut, just the right size so we can put it inside the shoe. So take the bag and place it over the shoe and then push it down with your hand to push in the plastic bag. With a piece of clear tape, we are gonna secure the bag on to the inside walls of the shoe. Yes guys, I took off my gloves for this. It gets annoying when it comes to using tape. It always sticks to my gloves. But anyway, we are gonna make sure that we put the tape all around the edges of the bag just to avoid any leaks. I'm also going to cover the clear tape with some black tape just to conceal everything. The next step is where you need to be the most careful, because we are gonna fill the inside of the shoe with some soda. Of course, I'll be using Coke since it's a dark color. When your prank victim sees the shoes and notices that one is filled with soda, he or she is gonna freak out, especially if they are crazy about their shoes. Once you get a good laugh out of this, you reveal to them that it's just a prank and that the shoes are not damaged. Just make sure to leave them a straw because they will have to manually suck out the soda to avoid the shoes getting wet. This is the ultimate prank for the sneaker fanatics. Now let's mess with somebody's bag of chips. Before we get started though, I gotta warn you guys, this is one of the messiest pranks you guys can pull off on someone. So if you're up for it, let's begin. For this prank, you will need a large bag of chips. The family size is the best. You will also need some vinegar and baking soda. If the bag isn't empty yet, you'll have to eat those yummy chips or just put them aside into a different container, but we'll definitely need this bag to be empty. Now let's fill the chip bag with baking soda. I'm just gonna dump out an entire box in there. Of course, the more you add inside, the messier this prank will get. Here I have a styrofoam bowl. I'm gonna put a piece of double-sided tape on the bottom because I'm gonna stick it inside the bag of chips. But before I do that, I'm gonna fill it up with some vinegar. The tricky part is getting the bowl inside. You have to do it slowly. Try not to spill any of it. But once you get it inside, make sure the bowl sticks to the bag pretty well with the piece of tape you placed underneath. There it is, guys. Both vinegar and baking soda are inside the bag. The only thing keeping them apart is the bowl. Use plenty of glue to join both sides of the bag together. To play this off, just roll up the bag as you normally would. You can even place a clip on top to make things more casual, and the prank is set. Here I have prepared 3 bags to show you guys some demonstrations on how this prank would play out. Also, just to make things more interesting, I went back and added some Kool-Aid inside the bags. Here goes, pranksters. Next time your victim gets hungry, he or she will go for the chips, and when they grab them, this is what will happen. Whoa! Again guys, as you just saw, this prank is very messy and extreme, so prank at your own risk. How about next, we pull off a bathroom prank? Of course, we would have to booby trap the toilet, and that's what we're about to do. So let's start by removing the cover from the tank. Now all toilets are different these days, so try to deactivate the flushing mechanism. For this specific toilet, all I had to do was unhook a small chain. Once you have done that, we are gonna run a few pieces of tape from one end of the tank to the other, just like I'm doing so right here. What we're gonna be putting on top is a balloon. For this example, I'll be using some long balloons. These are typically used to make balloon animals at parties. Well, we're gonna need one. So just go and fill it up with water like so. But don't tie it, just hold on to the tip by pinching it. Place the balloon on top of the strips of tape. Just make sure that the tip is sticking out and pointing at you. While still holding onto the tip, place the lid over it. The weight of it should be enough to keep the liquids from coming out, and at this point, the prank is set. Here's how it works. So your victim is gonna come into the bathroom and do their business, right? But when it's time to flush, they will run into an issue. So their instinct will be to remove the cover from the tank to investigate the problem, and this is what will happen. Once the lid is removed, the balloon will instantly squirt your victim. They won't even have time to get out of the way. It's just a great prank to get them wet. For this last prank, just like I showed you before, we are gonna booby trap a can of silly string. But instead of putting it on a toilet like we did last time, we will place it somewhere else. But before we do that, let's booby trap it. For this prank, we are gonna need a push pin, string, tape, and of course a can of silly string. Scissors will also be needed to cut the string. You'll need about 1 foot to 1.5 feet of string, so once you have that, cut it. One end of the string you are gonna tie to the push pin. Secure it on tightly with a couple of knots. Now open up the can of silly string, and you guys know this trick already. You can jam the nozzle with the push pin, so do that by pushing it in all the way. Put a big piece of tape over the nozzle, and while pushing down on it, attach the tape to the sides of the can. At this point, the booby trap is ready. Now it's time to set it up somewhere. And the best place are spots that have doors that open outward, such as a cabinet or inside of a fridge. I'm gonna clear out my cabinet, put a can of silly string against the wall, and tape it. Should look something like this. The string you're gonna tape to the cabinet door. Just close it, and next time someone opens it, they will be in for a big surprise. Just watch. Here's another demo, pranksters, this time inside a fridge. This is a prank that will catch your victims off guard. So if you decide to try any of the pranks that I just showed you in this video, please prank with caution and make sure that that person you're pranking can take a joke. Before I wrap up this video, I want to remind you guys that I do have a hoverboard giveaway, and to participate all you have to do is leave a like on this video and a cool comment below. This giveaway begins once this video hits 10,000 likes. So let's try to reach that goal, pranksters. One last thing, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel with all notifications turned on. That way you can find out sooner if you want or not. Thanks for stopping by, pranksters. I will see you guys in my next video.